when the Pilgrims, when the Mayflower ended up outside of the Virginia territory. They were outside of the realm of England. They were outside its jurisdiction. And it was the night of November, or it was the day of November 11th, and they were getting ready to go to land for the first time in 66 days. And they realized that they were outside of England's jurisdiction. And it's amazing, and they think it was my ancestor Dottie, who was an indentured servant, said, well, if we're outside of England's jurisdiction, I'm a free man and I'm no longer indentured, and I don't have to do what you tell me. And they went, whoa, wait a minute. We're not going to have anarchy over here. And they got together, all of them, and they wrote the Mayflower Compact, and it's the first document in the United States that said a body politic. A body politic. In other words, they were not going to be under the king there. They couldn't be. Even though they addressed it to the king, they said, we are going to govern ourselves as a democracy. We are going to have everybody will have a vote, and we are going to govern ourselves. That is not what England had. They had a monarchy. France had a monarchy. Spain had a monarchy. All the major European countries had monarchies. They didn't have a democracy like they had way, way back in Greece. This was the first time that a group of people said, we will be a civil body politic. We are going to go to God, but we are going to rule ourselves. And they wrote the Mayflower Compact. And 45 men, the men on the ship, signed it. And that's what ruled them until they could get the jurisdiction changed back to England. They managed themselves. And that was the basis of what the Constitution was, and the Declaration of Independence. But the Constitution, not only was that, but your ancestor, Samuel Gordon, and the ones that were with him, when they set up Rhode Island, they also set it up not as a monarchy, not as a ruler over the people, but they set it up also as a democracy where the public would rule, the public would vote, where every man had the right to vote. And that Constitution that they made for Rhode Island in the 1600s lasted until well into the 1900s.
Amen.
But those words in the Rhode Island Constitution went right back into the American Constitution, the one over the United States. It was all set up in the 1600s because the Spirit of God was with this land. And the Spirit of God was in those colonies. And the Spirit of God's the one that put that in their hearts. That we could rule as a body politic. We could rule with the individual having rights and a vote.